pigs grow on a hyperbolic curve, and so they grow slowly, and then towards the end of their life, they just grow faster and faster and faster and faster. And so you try to catch them right at the point where they're growing their fastest, and they are not just eating tons and tons of food.
And why is that? Why is that important?
It's because of cost. The amount of money that we can get per pound for their meat is greater than the amount that we can get for their feed. But there comes a point when they stop growing as fast, when they're consuming more feed than their growth is worth. Yeah.
That's kind of like when kids reach college age. And it's time to get them out of it.
So when they're born, they're probably only going to be a couple of pounds, but by the time they're an adult, they're going to hit 600 or 700 pounds.
Wow.
And they have that amount of growth to get through in a year. There'll be an electric wire that runs around the inside, because they're right here. They're already digging. And they'll be out, and they're very, very difficult to herd or chase. Because they're not afraid. They're not afraid of the dogs.
Yeah, you see that they're like totally interested in Skipper.
Yeah.
And he's like, forget it.
Yeah.
What are those, Skipper?
So you can't raise just one pig by himself. Otherwise, the pig will just sleep all day, won't grow, won't eat until it gets hungry, snack a little bit. But as soon as you put a buddy in there, and one gets up to eat, the other one races in and says, no, I'm going to eat more than you. I get it all. And it becomes a competition. And so that...
They are like teenagers.
They don't see very well, and so they memorize where that wire is to within half an inch, and then even after if we take the wire down, they won't cross that line.
That's crazy.
But we don't.
But you don't.
There's a lot of movement towards slow foods and going to animals that grow more slowly. But the downside for it is it just costs more to get them to their growth. Now these little piggies, you don't have a reference point, but these are actually very long. I don't know, particularly that one there. I don't know if you can see that he's just got some extra distance. Kind of looks like a hot dog. There are a lot of parts to raising animals, but when you're looking at food, you want to maximize the amount of food on the body. So that means minimize the amount of bone and maximize the amount of muscling. Is that every kind of animal needs a different kind of fence. So there's no way that this fence would actually keep in my sheep because they can jump over.
Wow.
So
the stuff you have to think about.
Yeah. So the more animals you have, the more you have to think about, and the more you end up changing your fencing around. And fencing costs more than food does.